Okay, in terms of timing, the first thing we need to do is come over to this side of the bike. Ignition timing only, not mechanical motor timing. That's what you do when you do the cams, but we need to take this plug out, which is undersized. It's been retapped for an oversized one, and I didn't have the, well, I had the right one, but it was so crusty I wasn't going to put it back on this bike. So, we'll loosen the hand-tight threads here, like so. Now, since we have a, let's pull the plugs too. Everything on here is hand-tight, so that shouldn't be too bad. Well, it's supposed to be hand-tight. Start with the rear. Yank these out. Like so. Like so. Not required, but it is much easier to turn the motor over when you do it this way. Now, the timing mark is going to be right in that center hole, and I don't know how well this is going to show up. So a couple options. You can put the bike in gear, or you can kick it over a ton. What I'm going to do is grab a screwdriver and drop it into the spark plug. And then I will go through and kick this over on the kicker pedal. It is nice having a kick-only bike for that reason. A couple of ways. Just going to bring this up onto the compression stroke. Yes, we'll do it the other way. So, jack the bike up, back wheel is floating, clip this into gear, third, fourth. So now we're in fourth gear. Now, piston is up at the top, but I don't know which stroke we are on here. Do this in fourth gear if you are going to rotate the motor over by hand. I see people all the time trying to do this in gear when it's in like first or second. You can do it, but your ratio in terms of turning the motor over is substantially higher. So now I'm rotating the wheel until, that's what we're looking for. There's my timing mark. Piston's still at the top, and I like to run these towards the back side of the timing mark. The crank rotates this way, counterclockwise, so I like running the timing mark on the back side. It's a little bit more advanced, but let's see if you guys can see that. Focus, focus. Let me bring it back to the center. Right there is perfectly centered. I got a big red line on it. Makes it a little bit easier to see. But when I time them, I like to run them right about there in the window. So it's still in the window, but it's on the back side. Gives you a little more advance in my experience. So that is our timing advance mark. Now we're going to jump back over to the other side. I did already wire up the points for power. So I ran the wire down to the points plate. I did not actually hook it up to the points plate. So throw you guys back on the tripod, then we'll put the points plate in and a connector, get all this locked down, and time this thing. Although not crazy. I meant to go inside. I couldn't leave well enough alone. I had to figure this out. So, came down here, pulled the points off of the blue Sporty. So, I pulled the points bolt for the timing advance unit out of the Sporty. I didn't change anything else at all. Here is the SPORTSTER we're working on, obviously. And timing advance unit is back in. Mechanical, the cam is sitting here. Pins on this side. So all of this goes together as it should. Got 2 bolts here. 2 cam bolts, if you will. Number 1, this is the one that came with the new XL kit. I get like 3 threads to tighten this down. I'll show you guys exactly what this looks like so you don't think I'm crazy. Bolt. Number 1. Timing advance is hooked up. Here's the bolt. No washer. Normally you get a little washer in there. I'm not even putting tension on this. It's starting to grab, but it's stripping out those last couple threads, which isn't good, just to prove the point. But even if I loosen this back out, come on now. Okay. If I seat this bolt all the way, I have, I think, 1 screwdriver's thickness, roughly a Phillips tip gap right there. From not hooked up, that's just me pushing this in. If I grab the other bolt, this is the one that came out of the blue Sporty. Look at this gap. This is me pushing in on the bolt. So, if I tighten this bolt down, look at that, I'm 5 threads in, fully tightened down. And the advance still works. This is what's supposed to happen. And I'm very tempted just to slap this all back together, but I don't want to take apart a perfectly running bike any more than I need to. But here's where that bolt sits in terms of the length. How can you guys see that? Is that better or worse? You guys see the gap here? Here, let me just set this up. This is all the way in now. I'm 1 thread in. I'll just set it so there's enough. Alright, 1/4 thread in. Look at the pointer. See how much gap I have there? It's a ton, and that's 1/4 thread in that's grabbing. Swap that out for the crappy new XL one that I just got. 1 thread in. That is all the play I have. So one more time. I'm not losing my mind here. I'm getting super frustrated because this should have been a very short, very quick and easy video to make. That's seated. 1/4 turn. Look at that gap. That's what's supposed to happen. So if you order one of these XL kits and for whatever reason they do this where they seat, that's bad. But either way, as frustrating and annoying as that is, figured it out. So, new timing video will be coming soon. Apologize for disappointing, but when you get crap parts, that's kind of the game. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll keep jamming away on this slowly. Still got to get that car back together and some other odds and ends before we do the cold start video. But thanks for watching. We will catch you on the next one. See you later.